Hello, and welcome to D&D Vault Bot. I'm just going to give a quick overview of how to create events using the D&D Vault Bot. The general concept here is that you have a D&D campaign or you have one-shots on your Discord server that you wish to try to coordinate with events and allow players to sign up for those events and withdraw from them if they can't make it, and maybe have a background queue that if the event is full, others can sign up and queue up, and if someone needs to withdraw, they can withdraw, and that queue then replaces that person in the event as far as attendance is concerned. It's just kind of a helpful tool if you, especially if you run West Marches type servers. But if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. But if you do, it's very helpful in those type of scenarios as well because you have a lot of different DMs and a lot of players. So it kind of helps in that regard. But just in general, it helps in Discord. So without further ado, we'll kind of jump into how to create an event. So what you have on the screen right now is I just basically have kind of a notepad of some content that I want to think up before I create the event. So when I create an event, I'm going to need a title. I'm going to need the time that the event is going to occur. I'm going to need how long the event is going to last, and then what date it's going to be on, and how many players we want to be able to join the event. And then there's some optional items. So the DM or GM, Dungeon Master or Game Master for the event, you can fill that out ahead of time. And then the campaign. So if this is related to a campaign and you're using D&D Beyond and the character integration with D&D Vault Bot, you can use D&D Beyond campaigns by using the campaign ID. It's got some other integration pieces. You could ignore this in most scenarios unless you're aware that you're using campaigns. And then a recur every, which allows you to set an automatic recurrence for the event so that it can recur every n number of days. And then the other thing you want to think about is your description. So basically, what your event is going to be about, maybe what the platform is going to be. There's a lot of different RPG platforms out there besides Dungeons and Dragons. The character level that you'll expect your characters to be playing at. The number of sessions maybe that you're planning on hosting. If this is a one shot, maybe it's one session. If it's a campaign, or maybe it's a small campaign of maybe 10 sessions, you can put that in here so that players know what they're signing up for. And then requirements. It's always good to kind of give an idea to your players of what would be expected from their knowledge as far as the tools that would be used to play the RPG. You'll notice that this is kind of an online game event, so you'll need your microphone, you'll need Discord, and a browser. We recommend Chrome for use with Foundry because Foundry is what this particular event is going to be using. You might use Roll20 or something of that nature. And then here we have D&D Beyond for character sheets. You may choose to use Foundry for your character sheets, or Roll20, or maybe paper sheets, or whatever you want to do. So this is just kind of giving the players an idea of the technology or the tools that they need to play the game. And then last but not least, not last but not least, but here I also mentioned character creation. So basically before this one shot, I'm asking my players to go ahead and go to D&D Beyond and create the character for the level 10 character, so that when we go to play the one shot, everyone's got their character ready, and we can go ahead and jump in and play the game, and we're not spending a lot of time creating characters. Um, and then last but not least, additional information. So again, this is in the description of your game, so you can put whatever you want to in here. This is just kind of ideas and recommendations. For my additional information, I put in just something about the one shot, so kind of give you like a little teaser for what the one shot is going to kind of be about. Okay, so that being said, once you kind of have the idea for everything that you need in order to create your event within the bot, then you'll want to go to Discord, and we're going to use the command create event. So it's pretty easy. You hit the slash, and then a bunch of different commands will pop up, and then the command we want is event underscore create, and you can start typing and it'll narrow down your selection. At that point, once you get it narrowed down and you see event create, you can click on it, and then by default it gives you the parameters that are required. So title, at, for, on, with, and description are all required elements to create an event. At any time, if you mess something up here, it's not a big deal. There's a command called event edit, which will allow you to edit this event, and you can change any of these values. So don't worry about it too much. So I'm gonna, the reason that I have my little scratch pad here is so I can copy and paste. Makes it a lot easier to think about it beforehand and get all your data ready to go. And I just paste in everything that I need. So I paste my title in. At is the time of day. This can be a 24-hour clock. I'm choosing to use a 12-hour clock and use my PM designator. One thing that has to be set up prior to being able to create an event is you have to actually set your time zone with the bot. So in a minute, you'll see that this is going to fail because I don't believe I've set my time zone up yet. So we'll see that in a second. And then 4, this is how many hours the event will be for. So you're letting your players know that I'm expecting to play this game for 3.5 hours, starting at 10 p.m. And then on is the date that you're playing on. So this was going to be August 25th, 2022. You'll notice this is in US date format, primarily because it was very difficult and sketchy to try to guess based on your time zone what date format you would use as a user of the bot. So by default, I'm just using US just to make it easy. And then with is the number of players that you're going to play with. So I'm saying we'll have about 6 players, and that allows 6 players to sign up, and then after the 6th player, additional signups go to the queue. So they don't actually get to sign up, but if someone withdraws from the event, then that the first person in the queue gets to fill that first slot that's from the withdrawal. All right, and then the last required field is the description field. I'm going to, the one thing I want to show you in the description is you'll notice the /n at the end of everywhere I want a carriage return to show up in the description for the event. And this is just due to the fact that Discord doesn't have a way to designate carriage returns. So I just basically look for these /n's, and if there's a /n in any of your description, I put a carriage return in for you. So it just basically makes it nicer looking format, because otherwise the description would look kind of like this, which all kind of bunched together. So these /n's basically allow for a carriage return, and so it makes it look pretty. All right, so I'm going to hit enter, and it should fail miserably. Yep, there you go. So it says, hey, you need to set your time zone up because I don't know what 10 p.m. means for you. Because we want to make sure that the time zones are universally usable by all the players, no matter what time zone any player is in, I have to know what time zone you are in order to for that to happen for all the players. So it's pretty easy. Um, you can click on this link. It'll take you to a website where it'll let you set your time zone. I am going to take the easy, quick way out just because I'm showing you how to do this via a recording. So I'm just going to set my time zone by saying time zone. And my time zone is going to be GMT. And then I'm going to hit enter. And it says, yes, your time zone was successfully set to GMT. If you choose to use the website, it'll guess based on your web usage what your time zone is, and then you can click on it and it'll automatically set it for you. Or you can copy and paste from the website to the time zone field here, and it will fill that in for you as well. Okay, so now that we have fixed our time zone that was incorrect, I can go back up here to my event create. You see this is kind of handy. It doesn't get rid of the fact that I actually executed this command. So I can actually copy the exact command that I already tried to execute, and I'm going to paste it back in down here. All right, and now I'm going to hit enter again, and voila, it says event created. It automatically creates it in the event channel that is designated on your server. So here it's the events channel. I can click on go back to message, and it'll take you to the event that you created. And you'll notice that everything is as you get the carriage returns that I had in there with the /ns. And it also, if you have planning channels and voice channels set up, it'll automatically create those channels for you. So you have a planning channel where any user that signs up or any player that signs up to attend your event will automatically get access to this channel, and you'll be able to discuss what's occurring for that event in this channel. And also any users or any players that sign up will also get access to the voice channel as well. Okay, and that's pretty much how you create an event. At that point you can see that there is no DMGM set up because I did not initially set a DM or GM in the event. But as I mentioned earlier, you can edit an event. There's two ways you can edit the event. You can manually type in the command event edit, and then grab the event ID from right up here in the event that you want to edit. Or you can click on the little edit button, and it will send you a direct message with the exact command to type in to edit your event. So you can copy and paste the whole thing. And I find that this is much easier if you're on your mobile phone. You just be able to copy and paste this rather than trying to copy the GUID, this long number and letters from the message. So then you can go back to the wherever you want to go, whatever channel, and you can choose to edit this event. And I'm going to set the DMGM. So I'm going to set that up as black and tan as the DM, and I'll hit enter. And so now it edits the event, and you can see now that the DMGM is set to black and tan, and the author is myself, black and tan test. And yeah, that's it. And so from this point on, people can sign up for the event by clicking on the check mark, and now you can see that there's an attendee signed up. Or you can withdraw from the event. Once you have enough attendees that you plan on running the event, you can choose, and every server is different, but most servers would choose to use the deploy button, and that's this little play button, and it shows you that it's deployed by and who it's deployed by. that just sets a designator that, yeah, you are planning on really running this event. So again, depending on the server, some servers may choose to use this button, some may not. It does change your calendar, so you can subscribe to the calendar for yourself. So any event that you DM, GM, or that you are an attendee of, you can subscribe to a calendar, which there's another video of on the website. That if you go to the D&D Vault by clicking here, yeah, here we go. You can go to the website and you can actually watch another video on how to subscribe to a calendar that you can subscribe to in your Google Calendar or in your Mac calendar or in your Outlook, and that way, you don't miss any events on accident that you had signed up for. In any case, I think yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ping me on the support Discord. That support Discord is available by clicking on any of the links within the D&D Vault and going to the dndvault.karma.net site. And there's a link over to the Discord support if you need additional help. All right. I think that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great time using the bot. Cheers.